Joining me today is Johan Climaco, who makes the walk for the second time under the One Championship banner. He helps open the 168 card in Denver, Colorado, when he faces Johan Estupiñan. How's it going today, Sean?
Hey, how's it going? Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining. I mean, I have the easy part. I get to sit here and just watch the fights and enjoy the entertainment. You're putting in the hard work. You're training, and you're 2 weeks out from your next bout. How's camp been? And I'm sure it's the best camp ever, but how's camp been?
Training camp has been going good. No injuries. Feeling in shape. I'm ready to go.
Nice. And then across from you in the next one is Johan Estupiñan, a 24-0 fighter. So obviously the goal is to take that O. There's no other way around it. On paper, your toughest opponent because of that undefeated record. We've seen some of the back and forth online. He's on a steamroll you comments and all, and you and the team snapped back with a bone crusher inspired, never scared response. How'd that come across, and how do you plan on showcasing why he's going to eat those words?
Oh man, he's 24-0, but I don't think he's faced anyone with that high caliber experience. I mean, I don't really see who's in that 24-0. Probably just in Colombia and a couple guys from one. But I still respect him. He's young and hungry, so I'm expecting out of him. He's going to be explosive. I'm glad one even put us on as the first fight. We're gonna start the card off with a bang. It's amazing to be a part of this card. It's super surreal to be on the same card as Haggerty, Superleg, Liam Harrison, Mikey Messi, Cade Rotolo. So yeah, we're gonna start the card off with a bang, and it's gonna be fight of the night.
Before you even got to one, you went through Road to One, which is like a tournament structure that I don't think a lot of people really understand or have seen. I'm in the region of Warriors Cup, so I've seen the promotion and I've seen the advertisement for cards. Can you kind of touch on the fact of how the tournament kind of prepped you for the next level of your career and what it did as a whole?
Yeah, the tournament was great. I think it proved that I'm the best 135 pounder in the U.S. And now I want to prove myself against the world. It's not really a big deal to me being the best in the U.S. I want to show what I could do against the world and be the best in the world and showcase my skills against the world.
Nice. And then for those of us who watched you through that tournament structure, who have seen Warriors Cup as a whole, building up to the next level of your career, one of the biggest changes is you go from the Muay Thai boxing gloves to the 4-ounce MMA gloves. How was the transition to that? And was there any adaptations you had to do to prepare for that because of the less padding and all that, or was it just natural to you?
Oh, I mean, yeah, it was totally different. Once I started sparring and hitting pads with the little gloves, that was like a game changer. The defense is different. You gotta move your head. You gotta not get hit as much as you would with the big gloves, and you can't have that high guard. So luckily, here out in the Bay Area, I have a lot of training partners who also train MMA. So I got to get a good amount of sparring and with guys who usually fight with the little gloves, and yeah, it's exciting. It's totally different. Even in my last fight, it was the first time, and I surprised myself how fast the fight ended, or how it feels to land a punch with the small gloves.
Yeah, no. From the fan side, I was kind of introduced and built into Muay Thai from 4 ounces. So going back, it was always a little shocking to see the padding in the gloves and not as quickly of knockouts because of the more direct impacts. Another one that you kind of see, especially in this next fight, is you're not in a ring this time. You're going to be in a cage. So kind of more of that MMA feeling to it. Has that changed anything in your game plan or anything fight-wise?
Being in a cage, I mean, you don't have the bounce back against the ropes, but that's not really my game to play rope and dope. If anything, if I have someone against the cage, I think that'll trap them a bit more, and they don't have any bounce back. But it's just another day in the office for me.
Nice. And then before we kind of hit record, I kind of mentioned another Climaco I'm a fan of. When people see a Climaco enter the cage, it's usually the younger brother Mark, who happens to fight a week after you. How's it been kind of like growing up with Mark and having your both careers be as successful as they are while different?
Yeah, we've always been pushing each other since we were a lot younger. Our father got us into it when I was 14, he was 10, and we would, from then on, from the beginning, we'd always push each other. Doesn't matter if he's an MMA or I'm a Muay Thai fighter, we both help each other grow.
And like, has there ever been any like those that competitiveness between the two of you? Like, I want to get a title first, I want to do this first, and so on.
I mean, now that we're older and we're fighting, we're both like at that stage. Like we have different paths. Not really. We just want to see each other both grow. There was definitely we were both very definitely competitive when we were younger, and our dad would like yell at us to like go lighter because we'd start to hit each other hard.
And stepping away from the cage and the ring and the gym and everything. What do you like to get into when you're not in fight mode and in training camp?
I just like to spend time with family. During the time when I wasn't, after my last fight, I started to run a lot more. So I just try to do stuff that goes counter, like that works well with fighting and keeps me in shape. I'll ride my bike. Um, Nothing too crazy, just stuff to keep me active.
2 weeks out, you're coming out to Denver, Colorado. Bit of a different elevation. Have you done any preparations for that, just in case it hits the gas tank a little extra? Any elevation training at all?
I've been running up some hills, and sprints, and a lot of like um anaerobic training this camp. Uh, but I'm actually heading out to Denver in 2 days to help acclimate as well. I've had I actually fought in a tournament a couple years ago, and I have an idea of how it feels to fight in that environment, and I think I'll be able to adapt pretty well with it.
So I know just seeing your past fights through Road to One and your one debut, you're not a slow starter. So I wanted to ask kind of how that was going to be impacted because sometimes you burst in right away. That's usually when it shows a little bit more. But more than a week out, you should have more than enough time to kind of get acclimated first feather night. So you're going to be kind of spending your time and days out there as well. I'm gonna pass the mic to you though. You obviously have sponsors to shout out. You have teammates and everyone else. And in addition to it, tell the fans who are watching who may not have seen you fight prior why they should watch the fight. The mic's all yours.
Oh, you're gonna see an exciting fight. The way I fight, I don't fight to point score, or I don't, try to make things look pretty. Like I'm always trying to finish the fight, whether it's the first, second, third. Expect a knockout on September 6th.
Again, September 6th, Amazon Prime in the US for 168. I'm going to link to Sean's socials below, as well as 168 page on Amazon Prime so everyone can tune in. Thanks for your time and best of skill. Get another win.
Thank you.